My garage door opener is making some alarming clicking noises up there. I've not been up to inspect it yet, but this unit was picked up for spares, $17 from a used thrift shop, basically. But I suspect, can you see the worm gear right there, where it meets the spur gear? Usually this spur gear actually strips out. I mentioned it to a buddy of mine at work, actually, and the next day he showed up with this. He said, here, take these. So, yeah, I'm no one to take advantage of people's kindness, so I'll strip the gears from my unit here and return those to my pal, because I'm virtually certain that's what it'll be. But anyway, this is just a sidebar. Okay. Took the little plastic cover off. It covers the chain drive gear here. See this? Powdery rubbish. And then done inside the worm gear here. I was expecting the spur gear, perhaps it's a helical gear technically, but yeah, it's not that. See all this rubbish on top? Yeah, that's not good, is it? Clearly something's wearing there, I'm guessing, from above. Must be the bearing. Let's operate it and I'll let you hear it. Jeez, sounds horrible. I think the noise is actually coming from the sprocket there. Is mismatching on the chain because there's a bit of movement there. Yeah, so once you're working in the internals, probably a good idea to unplug this thing. Okay, so I think the easiest way to actually deal with this, guys, if you actually look at this, this is the bushing or the shaft that's gone. We don't know yet, but certainly something is worn there. But this entire plate is actually removable on the housing itself. There's 3 screws there that you can access from the lower side. So I'll do just that. I'll remove those 3 screws, and then what you should end up with, this is from a parts garage door opener. Who knows when these things are going to come in handy. Should look like this. Then you can just drop in the whole assembly. Yeah, I know. Not everybody's going to have a parts garage door opener. So get yourself onto the internets and go World Wide Webbing until you find yourself just, you know, Google the Craftsman part number, the model number. You'll get yourself an exploded view, and in this case it's item 2, right? And then just look up the part number, you'll find it. So to get it removed, sorry, don't want to drop that and smash the gear. It's just a matter of, there's a little pin on the bottom here. These are the position sensing gears. They're tiny, they don't take much load, of course. It's just like a little rack here that runs back and forth with micro switches for the positioning. That gear will drop out, wiggle, you'll end up with that in your hand. And then I'm just going to get these 3 bolts out, which are what are they, 5/16? No, can't be. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 5/16. Since it's a Craftsman, I figure I'd break out the old classic Craftsman, you know, ratchet. So in my case, guys, just a couple of 1/2-inch jam bolts on the carriage here to loosen the chain. Just loosen it, you know, virtually off. And yeah, no bad idea. You actually take some measurements of where things were set if you want to return it to that setting. So once you have the 3 bolts out from the underside, guys, just clean the schmutz off so nothing drops inside the housing here. And I believe this should just pretty much lift right out. Holding on the wiring harness a wee bit there, don't rip it. That's it, pretty straightforward. A clip and 3 bolts really. So here's the root of the issue here, guys. Can you see the bushing? That bushing is supposed to be pressed into the cap here. There's a lot of load on this to turn this. Can you see the bushing is actually turning? The bushing is spun in the cap. That's supposed to be held fast. It's pressed into the cap, right? This one turns like bar. This one, it's all loaded up. There's a lot of play in this. That's where all the shavings, of course, were coming from, right? Likely the bushing spinning in the aluminum. And there's relatively little play in this one. A lot of play in this one. Okay, so just drop it down on an angle, guys. It'll drop through. Just watch the wiring harness and meet up with a worm gear there on the, again, helical gear, sport gear, you know, the main drive gear, you know what I'm talking about. And then yeah, tighten it up fairly secure because this thing obviously vibrates quite a bit. On the bottom, just drop on the little plastic gear here, and yeah, pin it in place. Line up the hole. Put a little pin in it, retaining pin. All right, put the chain back on. Well, you got everything apart. Dab of white grease, won't do any harm. Install the chain there, guys, same way you removed it. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Obviously, I don't need to show you putting the cover on. I gotta clean up this wiring a wee bit. That was a previous homeowner. Doesn't everybody say that? Yeah, don't forget, you might need to adjust your, in fact, you probably will need to adjust your travel limit switches and the force limits, because it's just not going to go back in the identical position that you removed it. Right, that's it. I hope this is useful to somebody. Cheers.